It is bigger than stock, but it's not. Clears here, your shifters, not really.
No, adequate clearance for sure.
Got all that. The only way to do this would be like in that Jeep where we took all this loose and transferred everything over, but I kind of like this better. So here's what's in the box when you get this Eonon unit. First thing is it comes with the head unit itself. Now, you may notice the head unit is bigger than the hole in your dash. Comes with this little adapter bracket. This bolts in, this snaps into it, everything's good. Comes with an extra fuse because there is a fuse in here. I haven't had one blow yet, but you never know what's going to happen. You have your main wiring harness. This is where this will be your main power. This will be all your outs for your speakers, all that stuff. It has a canvas box. It has an inline fuse and a filter. It also has the wire connector here for your external microphone, your backup camera, whatever. This unit did not come with a backup camera. I'm going to do that in the next video, should be. It's been raining today, so we're not going to work on it today because we would have to get under the truck, etc., etc. But it will be the next video. You also have 3 USBs here. One of them is specifically labeled CarPlay. In the units I've used before, it doesn't matter which one you plug it into, it will recognize CarPlay or Android Auto. Most likely these will be run into the glove box. That's where I put all of them because most of the units I use Android Auto and CarPlay wirelessly. We have an antenna adapter. Back of the unit, factory antenna. Simple as that. We have a external microphone. We'll run it up the pillar, clip it on, and then we'll just do that. And we also have a GPS antenna. This will sit on the dash. Normally it sits right up here in front of the driver. You run it down, we run around the trim, run across underneath the dash, across the steering column or whatever. Put this in the back. You also have your owner's manual, user manual, and you have the wiring diagram here on the front that shows you everything that's in there. The wiring diagram, each one is labeled here, but if you notice it's also labeled 12 volt, battery camera, ground, etc., etc., okay? Then on the back here, you actually have a connector pin out. It tells you steering wheel controls, audio in, shows you what each separate little connector does. And even gives you some installation tips on here how to do it. So now we'll slide over the truck and get that going. So now we are in the truck. This is a 2012 2500. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, Head, what do you have to do to get this out?
On this top little tray, there's a rubber mat that just has 2 little plastic tabs in there, and it exposes. You'll have 2 7mm fasteners that hold this trim that says Dodge onto it. Now the rest of this center stack just is clipped into place, so you can grab at the bottom and the top and pull this out.
Oh, it's like that Jeep Compass I did the other day. So you got a connector there. If you could probably leave all this hanging, but if you want to disconnect it, you've got a connector here, connector there, like 5 connectors.
Yeah,
nothing. That way this will be out of the way and we don't have to worry about breaking it because everything's plastic.
Crazy. The only thing, each one of them's got the little spring-loaded tab on them, except for this one right here. You have to shove the little thing down.
Okay, so now we'll set this in the back out of our way. So now what do we do to have to get this? This is an aftermarket unit, so some of this stuff may look a little different, but it'll be the same process. We'll have, are those 7s?
Yeah, 4 7mm headed fasteners.
It seems like everything's 7s. When I did that Suburban earlier, they were 7s.
Yeah, a lot of interior trim screws are 7 on multiple manufacturers, actually. Oh, this was
oh, the adapter plates.
Yeah.
What you saw fall out was this adapter for the factory, or to make the aftermarket fit the factory. So your factory one shouldn't have that.
No. And now this unit pulls out.
You'll have one power, then you'll have your aftermarket USB if you've got one or whatever. Yeah. And then you should have. That's it. So, like I said, this aftermarket unit, it may be a little different in terms of plug and whatever, but there's your factory harness. It's all plugged in. So we'll get all that out of the way, start plugging this factory one in, and we'll start going from there. Well, I mean, so we're going to mount the microphone. Microphone's going to mount right here. Okay. So we'll put it there and run it around this trim and down through there. So the way to do that is pull this weather strip loose, pull it down, and then you'll have a piece of trim right there too that comes out. Just that piece right there. Okay. So now what we'll do is we're going to start up there and work our way down, and then we'll come back up through here, and I'll get head to feed it up through me into here. Okay, it's very easy. Something we did here to make our lives easier is there's a piece of trim right here. And you said it had 2 7s down on the bottom?
2 7mm screws here.
Right there and there. And that let that pull down. That way we can get up here easier. And it'll be easier for me to like reach down in here and grab this. So we'll get that running. Put that right there so you all can watch. This little tripod's the best thing ever. It's got a battery in it too.
Really?
So it charges it as you're using it.
Oh, that's nice. Let's see what we got here for...
And you got a harness right here.
That. I see your finger. You see that?
Hold on. Oh, hold on. Yep. Ah.
We'll try that again. I'm gonna stick just the jack out on
it. Giggity. Okay. Cool. So we've got external microphone. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now, while we've got all that loose, Mr. Robert, take that piece of trim you just put back loose. So while you've got all that loose over there, we'll run our GPS antenna too. I swear I brought it out here. Nope, I bet I left it laying on the table. Nope, it's right here. So what we'll have to do, same thing you just did. This guy sits, you see where that blue notebook's at, Rob? Just put this, it's double-sided tape. When you get it where you want it, just stick it down and we'll feed it. That cord, we can just put it right through there and then run it the same way we did the other one. Now it normally needs to sit like right here, like in the corner, or like right there.
Okay.
Somewhere flat so we can get open sky.
Okay. I'm gonna go one step further on this. I'm gonna remove this so we can actually get it down underneath there a little bit easier on this.
Yeah, I always just kind of I take a tool, trim removal tool, like a plastic one, and just push it down in there. If you want to take it loose, you can. It's up to you.
I don't have one of those tools you were talking about.
No. Okay. So we're going to take that loose so to make it a little bit easier. You don't have to do this. So, what is that going to be, like 2 10s, 2 7s?
Yeah, 2 10s on this one.
So we got the GPS in, because he took that piece of trim loose. It's all nice and tucked in up there. Looks good. He's going to put that piece of trim back. We'll put our thing back, and then we'll move over to here. This one's going to be simple. The next thing we'll do is we'll run these USBs. Now, Robert was telling me that if you get the higher end one up, it has a like glove box right here and a factory USB. So if you have the fancy one, you can take your factory USB out and run the aftermarket USB through there and just let them live in here. And he said he's actually got that glove box. Eventually he'll upgrade this and they'll live. But for now, this one will go like in there. So we were going to put them in here, but instead we decided there's this big hole here that drops them down to here, so they can hang out down here. So then you can plug it in and put your phone in the cup holder and let them just live here. So we ran them up through this hole and around the back. That way they'll be in behind the unit. So now we're going to start tackling this and the antenna, and then we'll get that mounted and then get this plugged in, because it says to do that, then run the harness through it, then plug it into here. So, yep. So put that in, plug everything in the back of this, and then plug everything through that. Does that make sense? And that snaps in last. So we'll get this harness.
Something real quick. I wonder which direction this thing. Let's see. This thing sits this way.
Something to pay attention to. We noticed on this bracket. You see how it has a big square and a hole. That's the tab and a guide pin. So on the back of this, you'll have the tab and the guide pin. So it will matter which way it goes. If you put it the other way, it won't go. So you'll have to put it like that. So make sure when you mount this, the hole is on top with the tab underneath, because that way this will lock into it. Make sure you get that right, because if you mount the other way, it won't lock in. So we have determined by some geometry here that this is going to have to go on, then this last, because this is bigger than that. So if you put this on there, that won't go over it. So we've run everything up and out. So now we're going to put that on. I've got the harness put on. So what we'll do is we'll put this on, pull everything through, get everything hooked up. So what we're going to have to do here do some tomfoolery here. Okay, we get everything on the bottom hooked up. Got a green one over there too, Mr. Roberto.
Actually, that's the one over there. Sorry.
Not the hazards.
They work.
Okay, put this through there. We got anything else? Everything else, okay. Slide this back up. Get that back in. Okay. Pop that back in. Uh-oh. Got one right here. Acts like it's got that one, but then the one over there. I'll hold this one. Boom. No, it's. Aha. Put them bolts in.
Are we in on one?
Mm-hmm. Seems like we're in. Jamming bolts in. See, Icon. He went high dollar at Harbor Freight.
It was on sale.
Like 2 weeks ago, they had all the Harbor Freight ratchets half off.
Yeah, and that, which I get a generation 2. If you're a club track member, all their wrenches and stuff are going to be 40% off this upcoming week. They're all going to be off. They're all going to be 40% off, like for everybody at the end of the week. But at the beginning of this upcoming week, if you're inside track club member, you can.
Are you an inside track?
I am.
How much is it? Antenna. All right, so we've got everything done. We didn't do the antenna adapter, but hopefully we can get that in there. I forgot to plug this guy into there. Ta-da. Now, Robert, do you want to hold or do you want to plug?
I'll hold.
What we'll do is we'll slide up here, go down. All right, so we'll start with antenna right there. Yeah, now where is the GPS coax? It has this little red cover on it. You will pop off. Now, is this the top or the bottom? This is the bottom.
We need to flip that around.
Yep. That way I know which way. Put it on now. Make sure when you do this, you keep it out of the way of the clip. You could potentially put it over that clip, but don't do that. Put it off to the side. I recommend over here. I always just get these hand tight. I don't know. You could probably go tighter like a wrench, but I wouldn't go crazy tight on it. I was like, that thing's getting ready to fall and hit me, but okay, get it tight. We got the antenna in. So now we will start pulling this stuff here. We need, where's the external microphone? That's the one thing I almost always forget to plug in. Okay, so now we need to plug in these USBs. These will only go one place. They are specific to their home, like the ball in Happy Gilmore. Are you too good for your home? You know they're making another one, right? Come on. It's hard to get my fat thumb in there.
No, doesn't seem to click in.
Nope. Get the other one. There we go. Give me a little room to work. It's not wanting to click. Okay, that one clicked. That one did not click. You will hear / feel them click. Okay, cool. Now, did we plug in? We got to plug these in. Yes. This one. So these should hopefully only go, yep, one place. Cool. Now we got that plugged in. Robert, hit the key. Let's see. Put some lipstick on this pig and see what happens. I always recommend checking everything before you get it mounted. How many times have you put something together and it not worked?
Far too many times. Where did the key go? This is very unorthodox of me.
All right, what's that right there?
Sorry, it was on the floor.
You're good. Okay. Oh, we got power. Got a boot screen. Give it a sec to come on. It should say Android. Yeah. So we got sound.
It's a good sign.
Cool. So everything here should work. We got GPS working. Let's see if we can get your door thing works. We got static, so we got signal. So we'll tune all this in. We'll finish getting this mounted, tuck everything in, mount it, and then we'll get Robert's phone, and we'll get your, you got an Apple? Android. We'll get Android Auto set up, and then we'll go through some features here with you. It is bigger than stock, but it's not. Clears here, your shifter's not really.
No, adequate clearance for sure.
Got all that. The only way to do this would be like in that Jeep where we took all this loose and transferred everything over, but I kind of like this better because this was a lot easier. Now to take it back loose, I'm sure you would just pull it forward and there's teeth in there that let go. All right, Robert, kick it on accessory and get your phone out. This is super simple. Now you can either, you could plug in if you wanted to, just straight USB. Let's get the volume down on this thing. So that way when it comes on, there's no music playing. Okay, so now pull up your Bluetooth. Okay, now it should be Eonon. When it pops up, it'll say Eonon right there. Pair it. Should be 4 zeros. Pair. Ta-da.
That's it.
That's it.
Sweet.
That's all there is to it. Now you can do screen mirroring. I'm not a big fan of the screen mirror because everything, screen mirror, you have to use your phone. But if you do this, click continue, you can literally, all right, let me show you something cool. I should have enough signal to do this. Now watch this. I'm going to send, this is what I like about it. Watch this. Robert Maddox. Now, if I've got enough signal to get to go through, it should. I said that I'm not going to have enough signal. Hold on. It says it was delivered. Hold on.
What's that?
That's you.
Wow.
That's
these
you.
are like old things that I've...
Oh, now click play aloud. Now, it'll be, of course it's down because we got the volume off. But, hold on. All right, hold on. Let's get the volume turned up and then we'll, yeah, turn it up. Turn it up to about 10. Okay. So now, what you can do here, he has a notification if you see. Robert, click at 1. Now, click play aloud.
Hello.
Now.
Do you want to reply?
Yes.
What's the message?
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
I got. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Ready to send it?
Send.
Okay, it's sent.
Never take your hand off the steering wheel. Except just push the...
Yeah.
Yep.
Immediately located.
Yep. And then clear. Now, if you want to send a text, you can do all that with it. As you can see, it pulls up your Spotify is probably what you use. That's what I use, Spotify. If you can actually say, do you have your work programmed in here, like the address for your work?
I do not.
Okay, so do you have like mom and dad in there or whatever, you can literally tell it, be like, you could click the button and say, hey Google, take me to work. So you don't have work programmed in there, but you can say, hey Google.
It looks like I don't have your work address.
So
Let's add it to your places, which are used across Google products for personalized recommendations and for more useful ads. So, what's your address?
1001 Cherry Blossom Way, Georgetown, Kentucky, 40324.
Your work address is 1001 Cherry Blossom Way, Georgetown. Is that right?
Yes.
Sure, 1001 Cherry Blossom
Now
Way.
you can either hit the button or it will just load itself. Let it load itself, and it even tells you what time, and then takes you to work.
Well, that's awesome.
So this, I love these things. This is one of the best upgrades you can do to a truck, a car, whatever. This company, everything you need, it works out here. Like I said, you get in, you turn the key on, your phone connects. I just plug mine into a USB charger. Whatever, if you want, some people like hardwiring them, whatever. Mine's all wireless in the truck. It's got GPS, it's got voice, you can do Facebook Messenger, you can do screen mirror, but I'm not a big fan of it. I prefer this. I love it. So it's great. If you want to pick one of these up for your car, there will be a link in the description below. You can buy this specific one, or you can go through the catalog. There's a discount code. I recommend this company, Eonon. It's high quality stuff. Everything is super simple. It looks factory. I recommend these, and I would get one in a heartbeat.